Hey everybody, good afternoon. It's Paul with SimpleDim, and I'm here to show you one of our latest features, pretty handy one, and one that I really like myself. So we're going to start off with the slide here, and the feature we're going to talk about is pin underlay and release underlay. Okay, you might say, what is that? Well, maybe you've had the experience and you've dropped in a screenshot or something on a slide and you really want to draw. Let's say you want to draw a bunch of potential new space usage on the slide, so we're going to grab some shapes. We're going to put one right here. We don't know what this is. Maybe it's refrigerators or something like that that you want to drop in here. We're going to say we're going to use one of our other really neat functions. We're going to add 4 rows. We're going to say the spacing is 50 feet. We're going to add maybe 6 or 7 columns at 56 feet a pop, and we're going to throw those in. Great. We've got a bunch of shapes right here. That's pretty neat. Now I want to start manipulating shapes, but you'll notice when I click on and off the shapes, I am clicking on the background. So if I wanted to move some of these shapes around, and maybe I wanted to do some other things with them, so I've got my refrigerators that I'm putting into this warehouse, pretty neat. And if I want to start maybe doing some other things with them, we'll go ahead and use one of our other neat features that we have right here, mirror these. It's really easy to click the shape and then click off the shape, and all of a sudden you grab your background and maybe you end up moving your background around, and that just doesn't work. That's not helpful or friendly to the user experience, because now you've got to move it back and your other elements are all out of where you left them. So what we've done is we've gone in and have this feature pin underlay, in which you can take an image, and it can be multiple shapes, it can be one shape. We're just going to do one shape right now to demo. But you take that image and you say, you get it to the size that you want it to be. Let's make it nice and big so that we can draw on this one. And we're going to say pin underlay. And what you see is the dialog come up and it says underlay pinned. And what's happened is that this image has been moved to the background of the slide and essentially frozen, so you can't touch it anymore. And what that lets you do is take all your drawings and move them around and draw and draft on this image without worrying about whether you're going to be grabbing the background and doing things with it you don't want to do. So really, really handy, right? It just makes it so that you can draw stable drawings without grabbing the background and moving it around, which is important when you have a detailed drawing like the one I'm showing here, or other layouts that you're working on, so you don't mess up all the work you've been doing. Okay, so that's really handy. And then let's say you want to do something or put another background in, what you would do is just go to the slide that you're doing this and you would hit release underlay. It says one underlay released, and then voila, all of a sudden you can move that background around and do other things with it. Now let's say you make a drawing and you have your background and you've made some changes with it, and you say, oh, I want all this stuff to stay where I've put it. This is wonderful, this is great, this is exactly what I meant, and I want those things to stay there. So you can select more shapes and you can say pin underlay. I guess it just takes one at a time, that's fine. So you can pin these things on the drawing there in the background. But you'll notice so this one hasn't even been pinned yet, so we'll pin that one to the back too. Now what you can do is when you want to release these things, maybe I don't want to release that one, my main picture, so I'm going to not release that one, so I uncheck the picture that I don't want to release, but I want to release these rectangles back here. I'm going to hit release. It releases them. Great, they're back, I can see them again, and now I want to pin them again, and so that they will sit sort of in the order that you pinned them to the back. Now they're all part of that background, so you can draw on this and you can't touch them unless you release them. Anyway, that's really handy. It's really helpful when you have things that you want to stay in one spot and don't want to select anymore. This emulates freezing a layer in CAD if you're familiar with that, and it makes your drawing easier and less painful and less likely to have mistakes. And that's all we wanted to share. Go ahead and head over to simpledim.com, find the trial, download it, enjoy it, draw some neat pictures, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thanks a lot.